Hi, today I got some great news. I finally get my ABUS 71340 picked open. Yeah. I was on my way all the time, but there was I think it was the second pin that I thought was in its place, but when I checked them all, I was wondering why the padlock didn't really open. I was putting some, tension on it and felt the tension in my tension tool, and I thought, that's not right. So I popped it in place, and of course the pin number one dropped down, so I popped that in place too, and finally it opened. Yeah. So that gives me a total of 7 hours with that ABUS padlock. As I said before, I opened it about 6 times, but I didn't know how I did it. But now I know how I did, and I opened it 2 times. 2 times. So let's go ahead and take a closer look on exactly what I did. So this is the 3 padlocks I picked open so far. And this is my homemade tools. They work great, but of course they are not professional. Let's take a look on these tools. The ones that I use the most is those two right here. This one is 0.5 millimeter, and this one is 0.40, so it's a little bit thinner. It's flexible, as you can see. It's a great tool. The tip of these tools are pretty much the same, but I made this one a little bit shorter on the tip there, and this one I can manage to push down the pins a little bit better than this one. I also made those two right here. This one with a little bit of rounded edge there, and this one with a little small edge there. I don't use this one very much, but sometimes I do it. This is 0.45 millimeters, and this one is I believe 0.55 maybe, yeah. So this is the tools that I'm using. This is my tension tool here. I made this also. Looks like this. So yeah, I actually didn't make this one. I got this one from a toolkit I bought many years ago. So I modified this side of it a little bit. So yeah, that's the tools. It doesn't really have to be any more advanced than this if you just want to get started with lock picking. You can begin with making your own tools, and if you like lock picking, I suggest you go ahead and buy a real toolkit. They are kind of very expensive if you want a great brand. I believe there is kits from maybe somewhere around $45 up to $200-300. So anyway, this is the first padlock that I picked open. It's the brand name there is a Lehman I believe it's spelled. It's a 45 millimeters this way. This is the cylinder there. You can see the key bitting right there. It's a 4-pin. No, sorry, it's a 5-pin. So this is the first one. I find this very hard to get open nowadays. I don't know why, but well. And the second one I picked open is my new padlock. It's an ABUS T84MB30. It's very small, 3-pin. You can see the key bitting right here. As I said, it's a 3-pin. I have been talking about this one in a previous video, but this one was very easy, and I definitely recommend this to all beginners. Try with this one. It will get you some knowledge about how the pins working and all that kind of stuff. This one was very helpful for me. So after I picked this one a few times, I took what I learned from this padlock and I took that knowledge to this. This is my ABUS 71340. It's very similar to the 5540. It looks exactly the same. The only difference is that you can see you have an open slot here for the key, and the 5540 that I have is a lot more complicated than that. I can't really get any tool in my 5540, so that's why I chose this one. It's a 5-pin. No, sorry, it's a 4-pin. 4-pin. The key bitting right there. So this is the great news here. It took me about 7 hours to get this open and understand how the hell I got it open. It happened late last night. I picked it open 2 times just to see, maybe I was just lucky. But yeah, I know how to get this open now. I am not going to open it right now because I don't have the time for it. I need to go to work soon. But what I did is that I put in my tension tool like this. I put a little bit of tension here, and I took my thin homemade tool here. I set all the pins. The first one, as I said in another video, is giving me the 5-degree angle there. So from there I go ahead and set all the other pins, but after setting the first pin I start from all the back in the lock and set the pins from the back and working my way out to the second pin there. When I did that, I had maybe a 10-degree angle here on the cylinder here. And I was thinking, why doesn't the lock open? Because I've done this many times, that 5 to 10-degree angle there, and I feel it just about to snap open. So what I did is I took my thicker tool here, that I can put some more pressure on there. I was starting to force the pin, you know, doing like this on all the pins, and suddenly when I came to the pin number 2 from this, you know, pin number 2, the one you can see in there, I was putting a lot of tension on there and I was feeling a great amount of feedback, and I was thinking, what the hell, that's not right, it's not in its place. So what I did is that I put a lot of tension on it, and it was going like this, and I was feeling that this is not right. So I just used some force and snapped it in its place, and then the first pin dropped down on me, so I also put that back in its place, and voila, it opened immediately. So that's basically how I did it. I cannot explain in a better way, but that's how this particular lock worked. I'm very happy about it. I will move on now with some other locks. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so I will move on now to something different. I will still come back to this one to, you know, just I will keep picking this one from time to time. So, and I will try to make this one open again too. Today I will go ahead and buy some new padlocks. Unfortunately, I can't really open the ones that I have, except from these ones. I have some great ideas what to buy, so I'll go to my hardware store and see what they got there. Of course, I think I will stick to the ABUS locks because I think they are great. So I will make another video very soon of what kind of padlocks that I bought today. And again, this is the tools that I'm using. I make them myself. This is great for beginners, and this lock is awesome for beginners. So yeah, I'll be back very soon. Bye.